we will be going to Port Gentil, which will be the camping base for the Black Stars when the Nations Cup begins. That is where they will be based. That is where they will play all of their group matches in Group D. And Godfred Akoto Buafo, manager Pulse.com, has joined me via Skype here. Godfred, good evening.
Good evening, Alfred. How are you in Ghana?
Well, doing well in Ghana. You have touched down in Port Gentil. You know, you touched down in Congo from Libreville through to Port Gentil. What is the feeling like? The people of Gabon, are they ready for the Nations Cup?
Well, it depends on which part of Gabon you are. I think when I landed in Libreville, the capital, you could get the sense that these are people who are waiting for the AFCON. I must say that organization-wise, things have been very good. Compared to what we saw in Equatorial Guinea, the local organizing committee have been very welcoming of journalists. The only problems that one would face would be baggage claim, because they have a pretty small baggage claim area. But aside that, you could feel the buzz of the AFCON in the air. People were discussing football. You could see the police sirens going up and down. You can see the flags of the different countries. You could see people selling paraphernalia. So in Libreville, you can get the sense. But then I got onto a plane and came to Port Gentil, which is an island basically where the Black Stars will be staying. And Port Gentil is the hub of oil in Gabon, but it's seen a bit of a downturn in its fortunes. And I think that has reflected in the attitude of the people towards the AFCON. I don't get that much of a buzz in Port Gentil as I did in Libreville for the AFCON. Now, from the interactions I had with the local people, they were telling us, okay, they're waiting for the fans to arrive. There is a huge Malian populace here, so the Malians at least can expect some support, but they are thinking that when people start arriving and the citizenry of Port Gentil start experiencing the arrival of all the visitors from Uganda, from Egypt, and from Ghana, then perhaps the spirit will catch on in Port Gentil. So it's a contrasting feeling depending on where you are, friend.
Well, now, you visited the Port Gentil Stadium where the Black Stars will be playing their game. Tell us, what does the facility looks like? Paint a picture of the facility to us, if it is up to standard the way we expect it to be.
Well, it's up to any standard. I can tell you easily, the Port Gentil Stadium can host a World Cup final. I'm not much more an AFCON final. It can host a World Cup final. It's a fantastic edifice built by the China Road and Construction Company. It's on the edge of Port Gentil. So it's not in the middle of town. It's right at the edge of Port Gentil. And what I can say is that it looked ready from today when I had my visit. I went to the accreditation center. I went to the media center. They were having rehearsals for a bit of an opening ceremony when group games open at the stadium later on Tuesday. Facilities look on point. I think the only thing that had not been put online at least was the internet. But aside that, the pitch, the dressing rooms, everything else looked absolutely fantastic.
Okay, so Godfred, what sort of tournament are you expecting in Gabon?
Well, I'm expecting a pretty good tournament, Alfred. Football-wise, I think that this is as close to a perfect AFCON as we'll have it. With the exception of Nigeria, every major country is here. The disappointment has been perhaps with Cameroon and their superstars who refuse to show up. But I think that even then, the name Cameroon still carries enough clout to get people into the stadium, to get people excited about the indomitable Lions. Morocco is here. They are playing, Cote d'Ivoire, DR Congo, always exciting to watch. They are here also playing. You have Guinea-Bissau, poorest country on the African continent, perhaps, facing off against Gabon. Is there an upset in the making? You have Senegal, star-loaded. Some are saying this is the year that Senegal could do it. You have Egypt, who won multiple championships under Hassan Shihata, finally back with a new generation of stars built around Mohamed Salah and looking to make a new statement for Egyptian football. You have Uganda, biggest risers on the African continent in the past year alongside Guinea-Bissau. They have upset Ghana in the past few matches that they have played, and they have looked good for this tournament. So, Alfred, in terms of pure football, I think that this is as good to a perfect AFCON as we will enjoy.
Godfrey, thank you very much. We'll come to you again for more updates as far as the 2017 AFCON is concerned. So we've been speaking to Godfred Akoto, manager at Pulse.com, who has been filling in on what has been happening as far as the 2017 Nations Cup in Gabon is concerned, and how